Okay, so now we're ready to print. And so basically, the way you know if you're connected is by clicking on this button here. And if it turns green and says disconnect, that means you're connected to your BioBot. Now, if your light is on when it first turns on, that means you're good to go. And so, one of the really good checks to just make sure everything is working as it should is to press this home button here. And so you want to be on, I guess, hard mode, not easy mode. And you press this guy and everything should zero in, should home, basically home. And what that indicates is that, you know, this point here in the software is basically being created by these end stop switches. So this switch here, you know, there's one back there and one, the Z is right there. And so so it homed and now it's at its 0, 0, 0 position. And so there are 4 important commands to know when using the BioBot, and the first is the on and off for the light, which is M128. So you press that and that turns off the light. M129 turns the light back on. M106 turns the valve on, and that's the air valve. And M107 turns it off. And so then the way you can control the pressure, and right now I have it set to about 40 psi, is basically you plug this out and you either spin it this way or this way, and that'll increase or decrease your pressure. So now I'm going to set down the camera. And I'm going to turn off the light. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to uncap the top as shown in the user manual. And the way that I'm going to load some photocurable material. So everyone should have a bit of this in their starter kit, and the recipe should also be available. And I'm going to insert this here all the way to the bottom. I'm going to scoop up a few mils, or actually just a mil, because I don't think there's a few mils in here. And so I have a little bit of material in there. It's better to have a bigger reservoir or more material. And now I'm going to just pull this out. What I'm going to do then is that everyone should have this in their starter kit as well, is that I'm going to add in the gauge. And then I'm going to pull the plunger out. So now you have your syringe set up like this with a little bit of material down in there. And then I'm going to insert this back inside. Just push all the way down. Kind of lift this a little to guide me to make sure that I'm kind of hitting the hole. Then push all the way in. That breaks through the aluminum foil at the bottom, and only the tip pierces it. And then we close here and we take our cap and we screw the cap back on. And so then what we'll do here is that we're going to lower the bed And we do that by pressing this up button here. And that makes it go down. And so then we're going to insert our plate. And we're going to home again. And the way you see, I can have my hand down here and I can squiggle that up or squiggle that down. But point being, in the software it says that you're 0.2 away. And so, you have to manually put it 0.2. Then you can go ahead and turn your light back on, M129. And then you can hit this button here called Start Print, and that'll begin its printing process. And there you have it. And now we can just raise the bed. And we can take off the dish. And there you have our small ring that we designed initially, now printed. That curved surface comes out because the bed isn't completely flat, which is something that you can avoid with the bed leveler. But nonetheless, we successfully made a print.